So you're thinking about taking ballroom dance lessons, but you got some questions and you don't know where to start. Do I need a partner? What should I wear to my first class? How long does it really take to learn to dance? I get the same questions every single week. My name is Brian B, and I've taught thousands of people here at my studio in Louisville, Kentucky. Over the last decade, I've taught millions of people here on YouTube. And today I'm answering the top 5 questions that most people ask when they start ballroom dancing. Question number 1, do I need a partner to start ballroom dancing? Let's tackle the big one first. Do you need a partner? The answer is no. You can absolutely start without one. In fact, most people who walk through the door for the first time, they don't have a partner, and the studios are built for that. Your instructor will be your partner, or in group classes, we rotate partners, so you totally don't need a partner. Ballroom dancing is really about how to move your own body first, your posture, balance, and timing, and all that happens before you ever worry about who's standing across from you. Dancing solo can have an advantage anyways. You'll develop your own confidence, your own timing, and when you dance with someone else, it'll just feel better. As a professional, I practice 50% on my own. If you can drag that friend with you to dance class, great, but if not, just show up in the studio and we'll handle the rest. Now that we know we don't need a partner, the next question is, what do I wear? Because no one wants to feel any more awkward than they have to, like Richard Gere in Shall We Dance? Good news is you don't need anything fancy to start, just something comfortable that moves easily, anything between business casual and workout clothes. You'll just want clothes that you feel comfortable in, nothing you have to keep adjusting and fussing. For shoes, this is the big important one. No sneakers. You don't want anything with a sticky rubber sole. You want your feet to slide, not grab the floor. So if you don't have dance shoes and you totally don't need to, go for something with like a smooth bottom, dress shoes, flats, something that you're super comfortable in and you don't have to fuss with. If you want a super pro tip, you can bring a couple of pairs of shoes. I've seen people try a couple of pairs to see what actually feels best when they're dancing. Another pro tip, no flip-flops. I don't want to share the story about someone who wore flip-flops. But once you've taken a few classes, you'll want to get some ballroom dance shoes. They'll make a big difference in how you move on the floor. When you're ready for dance shoes, we did a cool shoe review video that I think you're going to find super helpful. I'll drop it below. Bottom line, keep it comfy, be authentic to you. If you're a girl who likes to wear dresses, be you. Yoga pants, totally cool. Guys, if business casual is your thing coming from work, great, jeans and a t-shirt, no problem. Dance classes might seem intimidating at first, but really it's just a bunch of normal folks having fun around an activity. That leads us to question number 3. How long does it take to learn to dance? And it depends on what learn means to you. If your goal is to survive a wedding, you can totally get there in a few lessons. I've seen people go from 0 to holy cow, I need to dance at a wedding on Saturday, and they've pulled it off. But if you really want to develop confidence and skill, where things feel natural and your timing's solid and you can dance with different partners, that's more of a journey. Think more of a few months of consistent classes and maybe some practice in between. If you ask me a number, I will give you a number, and that number is 12. Yeah, 12 hours. That could be 12 group classes, private lessons, hours practicing. Just put in 12 hours. Now the science says 20 hours to become proficient, but in my 40,000 hours on the dance floor, I'm here to tell you if you put in 12 hours, you're gonna feel pretty darn good. Once a week will take you 3 months on the calendar. If you come twice a week or 2 to 3 times a week, you can learn to dance in a month. But remember, learning to dance is not a race to the finish line, it's a journey. Every week something clicks and something gets a little bit better. You feel the music a little bit more, you stop overthinking your feet, and then suddenly you're dancing. So don't stress about the timeline, just keep showing up, have fun, enjoy the process. Question number 4, which ballroom dance style should I start with? Not all dances are created equal, so which ballroom dance style you should start with, honestly, it depends a little bit on you. Each dance has its own personality. If you're classy and smooth, you might start with waltz or foxtrot. They're elegant, simple. If you're a more high energy person, start with something like salsa or cha-cha. The music's faster, a little bit more modern, and will match you better. But here's the secret. Don't just pick one dance. Learn a few styles early on, and you'll discover that they overlap. The skills that you learn in cha-cha will also be the same for rumba. The skills you learn in foxtrot will also work for waltz and tango. Try a little bit of everything and you'll be surprised at what dance becomes your favorite. And don't be prejudiced. I grew up in Boston and hated country music, but ended up falling in love with country dancing. I have students who love the waltz, but they also dance country, two-step, and West Coast swing. My advice is start with music that you love. It's just gonna feel like moving to music that you wanted to do anyways. No matter where you start, every dance that you learn after the first one's just gonna get a little little easier. Jump in, any dance you start with is gonna be super easy. Speaking of jumping in, question number 5 was, should you start with private lessons or group classes? This is one of the most practical questions, and the short answer is both are great, but they serve different purposes. Group classes are awesome for learning patterns, meeting people, getting comfortable dancing with different partners. They're social, they're low pressure, super affordable, and you get this dance family vibe with group classes. Private lessons, on the other hand, are where you're gonna make the fastest progress. It's one-on-one attention. Your instructor can focus on what you need at your pace. If you're time crunch and you have a wedding coming up or you're serious about improving, privates are the way to go. Personally, I think finding a teacher you can vibe with is a huge key to your long-term success. A good teacher doesn't have to be a champion dancer, they just have to be a good communicator to you, someone who helps you through the ups and downs of your dance journey. Ultimately, I recommend both group classes and private lessons. Private lessons to build strong habits, and use group classes for your practice, meeting people, and having fun. And that balance gives you confidence and a community of people that makes dancing stick for the long term. And I'm gonna add a third option that's relatively new. You can dance online. I've been teaching for 25 years in person, but over the last decade, I've helped millions of people here on YouTube. So if you're watching this video and you live near a big city with multiple dance studios, boom, that's fantastic. You've got a ton of resources, but a lot of you live in places where there isn't much formal dancing. And I've had people learn to dance online with our videos and build their own dance communities without ever taking a formal private lesson. There you have it, my top 5 questions that I hear from beginners. If this helped you in any way feel confident while you're getting started, hit the subscribe button and I will help you any way I can. One thing that I think you'll find really helpful is a free ebook that we just created called A Guide for New Dancers that will help you get started on your dance journey. You can get it right next to me or in the description below. When you get it in your email, feel free to reply with any questions. Myself and Miss Megan will personally answer back. In the meantime, I'll leave some videos here showing you the basics of some of the popular dances, and I hope to see you on a dance floor soon.